Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't talked much about death metal on this channel, but I will say that I am a death metal fan. Um, and this album definitely is something that I wish I had heard a long time ago. Thank you for requesting this album, My Creatures of the Night. This album was awesome. I really feel like I've been missing out on a lot of death metal after hearing this album. So in this video, I'll be reviewing Bleed for Us to Live by Gutted, which definitely lies more on the death metal side of the fence, and it was definitely a classic death metal album. Came out in '94, I believe, but it's definitely classic for me, and I really enjoyed it. It's the Headbangers album for sure. I was headbanging without even noticing it within 2 minutes of the album. Usually when I do that, you can tell that I'm really enjoying it. We start off with the first song. I believe with these albums that the first song is very important. It's an intro to the album. It gives you a basic synopsis on what you're going to hear throughout the album. Not always though. Not always. Sometimes, and usually when that happens, it's a little disappointing. But yeah, it starts with this awesomely dark, badass intro with thunder and rain and this classical dark like organ, but it immediately, after a couple bars, jumps right into this slow guitar groove, as well as some intense growling by the vocalist. I will say, I feel the vocals could be edited slightly better, but it's freaking death metal. Who cares? The song speeds up quite quickly, and in the song, things get much faster. You get a much faster guitar shred. This is definitely an aggressive track for sure. It's one of those songs you can enjoy when you're angry. I really admire the changes throughout the song. It really keeps me interested and keeps me listening. Changes in tempo and changes in guitar riffs and even shreds. The vocals are definitely harsh in an awesome way. They're unlike many death metal vocals I've heard. Very unique for sure. And yeah, this was a very exciting way to start off the album. I got an extremely good impression after hearing this song. Then I knew this album was going to be super fun, which it is, because we get into the next song, Sins of God. I feel it starts kind of as a continuation of the last song, but jumps quickly out of that and starts something new. But then it jumps back into that continuation, and it does this back and forth thing throughout the beginning of the song. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. The guitar then changes its progression, and we hear a good change in the song. And the song once again has constant change in it that keeps me listening. One song that's definitely dark off this album is "Nailed to the Cross." It's actually one of my favorites off the album. After hearing this whole album, it's just one of those songs that I just started headbanging to as soon as I heard it without even noticing. The guitar shredding is insanely awesome. Sort of, bit of a Slayer reminiscence. Not too much though. I mean, it is death metal. I will say throughout the album, there are once again constant changes, but not changes that are annoying in any way. They're changes that keep you incredibly pumped up and exciting, and you're excited to continue listening to the album. You don't get bored at all. I didn't want to change a single track off this album, and I didn't lose my patience or anything. I sat there and I listened through the entire thing and really enjoyed it. Changes in tempo, guitar, and even vocals every now and then are just awesome. The songs are also not too long, so incorporating that many changes in one 3 to 5 minute long song is pretty freaking awesome. It's not too complex either, but rather more aggressive, you know. Cold in the Coffin is another song on the album. It's another awesome song, mainly because of the drums and the drum synchronization with the vocal, even with the tempo changes, and the lyricism in this song is dark, but angry at the same time, which I really dug. We then get a couple of songs that are quite gory, but that's what death metal is all about, people. Another song I really recommend is Kicking the Corpse. The vocals are relatively lower than most of the other songs. Every now and then you'll hear a higher pitched growl, though. The guitar has more of a sludgy groove and switches back and forth in tempo like majority of other songs. Another headbanger song for sure. We then end with Flood of Blood, which is another badass song. All in all, this album is super awesome. I definitely recommend it as an essential death metal album if you're getting into death metal. I loved everything about it and don't have anything too bad to say about it. Once again, I really wish I discovered this album years ago when I started exploring death metal a bit. Definitely would have broadened my collection a lot more and gotten me a lot more into the genre. I'm actually excited to check out more of these guys' work. Gutted. This has been Gutted and their album Bleed for Us to Live. Comment any requests you would like below. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe below and comment whatever review or top 10 you like. I'm GD, you guys are my creatures of the night, and thank you very much for watching. And rock on and have an awesome night.